Okay, we've got our official notice at the front door. Let's have a little read. 25th of February, the International Court of Common Law in Brussels, Belgium announced a guilty verdict and arrest warrants have been issued for Queen Elizabeth II and the Pope found guilty on charges of genocide and crimes against humanity. Further, the Queen was served a demand by the Christ Brian Leonard Golightly Marshall to abdicate. The notice of acceptance is June 14th in the year 2010. That's it. Where are we up to? The Australian Federal Government and all state governments are hereby put on notice that these government corporate entity fictions are unlawfully operating under the illegitimate monarchy, trading as Queen Elizabeth II via her Governor-Generals within each corporation, trading as federal and state governments with ACN inside the nation of Australia. The Australian Parliament was served with a proclamation on June 17, 2002, where all politician corporation employees acting within their fictional capacities as representing the Australian nationals were charged with high treason and crimes against humanity. The charges specified the poisoning of Australian crops produced by farmers who were forced to adopt spraying with multiple poisons detrimental to good health, producing food contaminated with various poisons, including soy and bromide in baker's flour, with the intent to cause sterility of the population of Australia, thereby reducing population, as well through vaccine-induced disease and sterility, consumption of fluoride within the water supply, as well as other poisons causing involuntary medication, disease, aging, cancers, obesity, and general decline of health of the Australian nationals in accordance with the immoral and genocide intent of the trade treaty known as Agenda 21 doctrine of depopulation adopted by the signatories of the UN, instigated by the illegitimate monarch and her controllers. The controllers of the Australian weather causing floods and drought through the use of Harp and Pine Gap, being owned by the United States military, are hereby ordered to leave Australia immediately. All aircraft spraying chemicals of any kind over Australia are to be grounded, and those employees of the corporations responsible under the contract are charged with crimes against humanity and can be arrested by any Australian national and turned over to the authorities for imprisonment. Presently, the Australian government is on notice that all previous charges of June 17, 2002 are current and apply to every politician either presently in office or former members of Parliament alive or dead, and further all pensions and benefits are withdrawn. The commanding officers of all armed forces are hereby ordered to bring all Australian troops employed by the corporate defence forces home and to withdraw from any further participation in UN, USA, English or NATO conflicts. All police, military or immigration employees of the collapsed corporate entities of police service, defence forces or departments of immigration and customs are hereby warned not to enter these grounds or premises under any conditions. To do so will result in criminal trespass prosecution and 5 years jail. Any national newspaper, television, radio or any communications media which fails to announce the return of the Lord Jesus Christ to Australia, their owners and editors will face 25 years jail. King of Kings and Lord of Lords, the Lord Jesus Christ, Brian Leonard Golightly Marshall.